who would have thought that we're not gonna have another great hippo to end it all? The last one of the first 100 of of the series 4 is written by Min Min. Not too long ago we had them. 2965, the Pony Express, which I believe is that pony that like is basically like a train, like you like actually like board it and like it comes out of it, it teleports out of the train and then it just runs across the station. I believe that's the one. Let me actually double check. I'm pretty sure that's the one. Number again was a 2965. Yeah. yeah, it's a pony that you basically board like a train and I believe it's in the Korean train station. And this will come out like in May. The actual video will come out in May. Alright, Min Min. Now, a heads up, people. We're gonna have some sexual talking here. Which, it's a story. High impact sexual violence. We already have the adult warning here. Sexual assault. Again, people, anybody who's not comfortable with this, you can skip this video completely. You don't have to watch this. I understand. Gore, yeah, if you're not comfortable with that either. I'm going to now just click on it and see if there's any images that we have to worry about. There's an image, but I don't think I have to worry about it. There's no like nudity in the image. It's like a very classic, like, oh, you've been like a like, yeah. It's a very classic parent or grandparent punishing the child by spanking them, even as an adult. But there might be more here, but let's just read it. Let's see what happens. Object class, safe. Special containment procedures, SCP-3099 is currently kept in a standard small item secure locker at Site 78. Testing on human subject has been limited to the quota set by the ethics committee, currently at 6. Okay, so the ethics committee was involved. They're like, Further increase of the testing quota must be requested from the Site 78 Ethics Committee Liaison Office. And here we have SCP-3099 still framed at 58.54. Like, I think that's like supposed to be like hours. Not an actual time, but like hours. So 58 minutes, 44 seconds. SCP-3099 is a VCR tape recording of the vintage pornographic film Debbie Does Dallas, recovered from the Mr. B adult video store located in Amsterdam, the Netherlands. It differs from the non-anomalous copies of Debbie Does Dallas in the inclusion of an entity designated as -A. Okay. -A is a humanoid figure clad in a soft white suit or costume with a spherical headpiece. Is that the old man there? -A will appear on screen midway through the first scene where sexual intercourse takes place, identified as after 9:52, the beginning of a group sex scene in the shower. Crawling out of the ventilation grate on the right of the that would creep. That would fuck. That would. I'm sorry. Imagine you, if it wasn't like porn, but if you actually were in a group sex scenario, the next thing you know, a full grown ass man crawls out of your ventilation system. I think I would have a heart attack. The actors and actresses within the film do not appear to notice -A's intrusion and will carry on the activities undisturbed. -A will wander around and occasionally squat down to inspect the actors and actresses and proceed to leave the set at the end of the scene. What the fuck? -A will then appear in various sets throughout the remaining scenes of the film in the background. Occasionally indicates impatience through its body language. At times it appears to show curiosity towards props on set, picking up and inspecting them. So it always takes great care to replace them in the exact position afterwards. I'm worried. I'm worried it's gonna be a 1800 situation. Oh boy. During the final sex scene of the tape, identified as the point after 1 hour, 5 minutes, 54 seconds in the film, as the actors start undressing in the bookstore, -A will seat itself opposite the persons participating in intercourse It would then proceed to rub its hand on its face in a circular motion. Yeah, you mean that'd be cool? Yeah, that one, the statue that they made. The fucking I just hope it's not that like well, let's go. After 22 complete rotation of its hands, its body will convulse the remaining limb throughout the remainder of the film. Individuals who view SCP-3199 for the first time with the intent of using it for sexual gratification will, at the end of the film, spontaneously achieve orgasm and enter a cataleptic state. Visual, oral, and tactile hallucinations are commonly reported during this state, ranging from the mildly disorienting to the extremely distressing. Affected subjects exhibit symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder, occasionally accompanied with an acute aversion to touch and the color white. While other effects have been thought to occur, see our subject files that have not been observed under controlled test conditions. SCP-3199 was obtained by Agent L. Min on 2005 7th 1st, following tips from the Amsterdam Police Department investigating a recent string of bizarre sexual assaults on men. Connection to the Mr. B store was established by Agent Min, leading to the eventual discovery of SCP-3199 and its latest victim. In all, a total of 29 individuals were suspected to have been affected by SCP-3199, all but one have been located. The thumbnail is going to be really tough to make for this, but I have an idea, but I'm not sure if it's going to work. Oh wait. Subject files truncated for full list consult document 3099-C. Subject profile John Peter Rutger, age 27, freelance software programmer, single. Date of exposure 2005, 6th, 11th. Comments. Subject was reluctant to engage in conversation and sheet from physical contact. Signs of recent light bruising on left elbow, both knees, and inner thighs. Subject reported finding themselves in a room with bright lights approximately halfway through viewing the film, but could not recall much else until their discovery by paramedics on the floor of the video arcade 7 hours later. Subject was coerced into registering for post-trauma psychological counseling and is currently undergoing observation under a local foundation-affiliated mental health clinic. Subject profile Mudinge Pearson, age 47, unemployed, married, with no children.
What the hell is this?
There you go. 2005, 16th. Subject behaved agitatedly when approached by Foundation personnel. While initially reticent, he revealed upon further question that Agent Min's white collar jacket was making him feel highly uncomfortable. So is the man in the movie somehow like attacking the viewers? Subject relaxed and became more talkative when the jacket was removed. He reported he had fallen asleep in the video booth at around 4 p.m. but could not remember anything after that. Agent Min noticed traces of white powder around subject's lips and fingertips. Subject could not explain the origin of white powder. White powder was collected, examined, and identified as polycarbonate dust. Interview polycarbonate dust. What? What is that? A group of polycarbonate groups in the chemical structures. Plastic is versatile and durable from plastic polymer, known for their exceptional impact, resistant, natural transparency. Could be like that, hence the symptom analysis. The dust and small particles may cause irritation to the mechanical routine. So I guess it's just dust? The viewing personnel were unable to voluntarily register the subject for Foundation observation. Field agents are recommended to conduct routine covert observation. Subject profile Ayub Adani, age 35, security officer, married, with 3 children. 2005, 6th, 21st. Subject was unconscious and had been hospitalized at VU University Medical Center for 3 days upon discovery. Medical report indicates severe penetration wound through left eyeball by a blunt object measuring approximately 4 centimeters wide and 10 centimeters long. Mild septicemia, as well as various bruises and grazes to both elbows, knees, and inner thighs. What the fuck is going on? Subject's wife was unwilling to volunteer further explanation as to her husband's whereabouts, insisting that she would only speak to law enforcement authorities. Subject expired 2 days later on 2005, 6/29, due to cardiac arrest after a 5 centimeter wide cluster of white polycarbonate dust and seminal fluid was forcibly inserted into the subject via his central venous catheter. Okay, security cameras could not capture the attacker due to being cracked and non-functioning. Gregor Saxer, age 44, bartender single, 2005, 6/30th. Subject was found unconscious on the floor of the B1 adult video arcade by local authorities. Subject exhibited similar injuries to the other exposed subjects, as well as extensive sweating and elevated body temperature. Upon triage, a 10 centimeter wide sphere was found embedded in subject's lower abdomen. Subject was immediately transported to Site 78 for medical treatment and observation. Referred to incident report 3099/2005/630/2. Well, the song, yeah, the hotline bling, yeah. And then the incident report, same thing as before. 2 hours following recovery, subject Gregor Saxon began to undergo a series of abdominal muscle spasms. The procedure to remove the sphere lodged in his abdomen was put on hold. 5 minutes later, a circular mass expanded from within the subject's lower abdomen, followed by the subject's skin rupturing and a large mass of white material resembling -A's head emerging from within. Huh? Thick white tubes of the same white material then emerged from the wound, extending to form the remainder of a humanoid body. This caused severe damage to the subject, separating his torso from his abdomen. The subject expired shortly after this event. Upon seeing the remains of the subject, the entity appeared to be highly distressed. Kneeling down and rubbing the subject's separated body parts against its face, it then proceeded to grow a tube of white material from the middle of his chest and thrust it into the subject's severed torso repeatedly. At this point, Dr. M. Manuel drew his concealed pistol and fired 6 rounds into the entity's head. Upon being wounded, the entity ceased all movement and fell limp. Personnel present report hearing a sound similar to a mix between human sobbing and a deflating balloon. What the fuck? Following standard protocol, an autopsy of the entity was conducted. It was found that the body lacked musculature or skeletal structure, being composed entirely of silicone. Its interior consisted of a series of spongy sacs for a mixture of seminal fluids, lacrimal fluid, and polycarbonate dust. It is believed that the entity was able to move by expanding and contracting the fluid-filled sacs in its body in a manner similar to spiders. Contrary to expectation, -A continues to appear in subsequent playbacks of SCP-3099, aside from 6 small adhesive bandages on its head, and a slight sluggishness in its movement. Its appearance and behavior remain unchanged. Your means and motives for physical manifestation remain unknown. Yeah, okay. Okay. We just not gonna know what the hell it wanted. So, was the porn video basically like a way to make... So, from the last one, I understand that like, it sounds like the guy got pregnant with -A. And then -A like came out of him. But why is he attacking? Why is everybody else being attacked? It could be because I'm tired now, because like I've been reading for almost 4.5 hours now. But why did he do the things he... Let me actually check the discussion page. I want to see what they have to say. Looks like some people also have questions here. Looks like they... Okay, Min Min says here... There's not much to it. I just find that polycarbonate and silicone are disconcerting when paired with squishy biological material and the idea of sex. Hmm. Well, that's basically all we get when it comes to like what Min Min has to say about this. It seems like there's like some... Yeah, I don't know. I may have missing the message behind it. It is definitely like messed up, don't get me wrong, but I don't fully understand what the anomaly wants to do or why it does the things it does. It does seem like it wanted to escape. And maybe the reason why like it was going around the tape and being like impatient is because it is waiting for you to finish watching the video and it's like, oh yeah, I've seen this like 1,000 times. Yeah, I know what this. Oh, I've seen this. Let me just play around with the set. And that's why at the end it also goes like, oh, and then probably like, you know, it transfers its physical body to your body, and you're just it's supposed to do that. But that's all I can think of. But I'm curious why the other ones got injured differently. Like, why was the one with bruises? Why was the one with an eye being stabbed out? And stuff like that. You know, I'm just trying to figure out why it has a different effect on almost everybody. But yeah, who knows? Who knows? We're done for the day.